That truck ahead.
Hello everybody, now we are on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve ride at Animal Kingdom.
You can see we'll be entering the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Our official animal, the sable antelope.
I'll try to show you all the animals on this ride.
Sables. There we go. We are going to enter the Harambe Wildlife Reserve right here at the Little Ituri Forest, where animals' natural colors and markings really help them blend in with their backgrounds. So make sure you keep an extra close eye out here in the forest. Okapi's off to the right. Check them out. Brown animals with black and white striped legs, but they are not related to zebras. The okapi is the only living relative of the giraffe. It's also one of the shyest animals out here in the forest. Okapis were thought to be a myth. They were not discovered by the Western world until 1901. We are coming up to a watering hole, a very important gathering place here in the forest. Many animals are going to come from miles around just to get a drink of water here, including even rare species sometimes, like the black rhino. However, that would be a very rare view. There are fewer than 5,000 black rhinos left in the entire world. Unfortunately, they're being poached for their horns made of keratin, just like our hair and fingernails, but it does look like we have one up there. We'll go check it out. Huge animal. Very big black and white bird here by the bushes as well. It's a saddle-billed stork, getting its name for the yellow saddle shape on its bill. And they are the tallest storks in Africa. They stand about 5 feet tall with a wingspan of 8 to 9 feet. Now let's look at this awesome view here. Very rare view of a black rhino. They're about 3,000 pounds, but they still have a charging speed.
There's a black rhino.
Miles an hour. It's a huge animal there. Oh, it looks like a little saddle-billed chick up in the nest. Well, I should say a not so little saddle-billed chick up on the right. There's a nest on the hill. Still gray and fuzzy though. Starting to get some color. Also, the white birds on the cliff up there with the red faces are yellow-billed storks. They are carnivorous. They'll eat frogs, snakes, fish, even other small birds. The light brown animals here to the right are greater kudus, the second tallest antelope. Male greater kudus weigh about 750 pounds. Also, they have horns. So these are female greater kudus. Very cool view seeing them up close back in the trees. They're pretty much invisible. Oh, cinnamon-colored animal up ahead called a bongo. Such a rare view, it's been given the nickname the ghost of the forest. Up on the hill to the left. Both male and female bongos have horns, and they tilt backwards towards their head, which makes it very easy for them to run in and out of the trees of the forest there. So eastern bongo, ghost of the forest. Off to a great start here. I'm going to take us over towards the Safi River now. Usually a good place to see some hippo activity. So we will keep our eyes peeled for hippos up ahead. And we do want to keep our eyes kind of focused down on the water up here. That's where hippos spend most of their time. Staying submerged completely underwater keeps them nice and cool. Considering they are some of the largest animals in Africa, weighing in at about 5,500 pounds. We're going to bypass this section here. I'm going to head up around the curve to a spot where we have a bit of a better view and a bit of better luck. It's kind of a tough view here, even if there were some down there. Let's see what my spot up ahead has for us. We'll go right past the island. I see a couple up there. As we go by the island, you will see a colony of pink-backed pelicans getting their name for a pink coloration that appears on their back during mating season. Check out the hippos down here. Excellent swimmers, but what they prefer to do and what this one's doing down here is just walk along the bottom. Very easy for it to stay underwater like that. Hippos hold their breath for about...
Those are hippos.
Y'all are doing a great job staying seated. I appreciate that a lot. I am just going to send a reminder out because I do have to cross one of the old bridges here around the curve. Not too worried about the bridge, I'm more worried about what might be under it. So we'll just be taking it poli-poli, which is Swahili for very slowly. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Some Nile crocodiles down there. The Nile crocodiles.
Yeah, here's a rickety bridge, a very rickety bridge.
It grows to be about 18 feet long, and they are cold-blooded. They use their scales like little solar panels to absorb heat.
Those are crocodiles.
And if you see any with their mouths open, they're just cooling off. Crocodiles will release all their excess body heat out right through their mouths.
We made it past the rickety bridge, yeah!
We are headed over towards another part of the reserve now where we should be able to see some different animals. And if I remember correctly, we'll be able to see a very different kind of tree out here. Yeah, we're kind of around the curve here. It's a kind of an upside down looking tree. It's called a baobab. And they are often referred to as upside-down trees because it looks like the roots are growing up out of the top of them. They're going to remain leafless just like this 8 to 9 months out of the year. That huge trunk able to store thousands of gallons of water. Very old trees as well. Baobabs look to be about 2,000 years old. Now we are coming up to my favorite view of the entire savanna. It's the Serengeti grasslands. They're going to stretch for miles and miles across eastern Africa, and they work kind of like a natural superhighway for billions of migrating animals every year. It's also home to some of the more famous animals like the giraffes you can see out there, as well as elephants and lions. And this is the wild Africa we are all working so hard to conserve and protect. We'll make our way in and catch up those giraffes in a couple minutes or so over there. Oh, lots of animals out here. See a couple sets of huge horns, as well as some very large tan-colored animals. They're one of my favorite animals. The big tan antelopes are Patterson's elands.
I will see you on the next video.
Antelope. A male
Bye.
Patterson's eland will stand 6 feet tall at the shoulders, weigh about 2,000 pounds.